Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Michael.
I'm Noah.
And we are the Knights of Entertainment, a podcast covering your favorite and unknown comic books, movies, games, anime, and more weekly. We appreciate you being here and hope you enjoy the show. And this is what we are covering tonight. Tonight we are going over some Bleach countdowns.
Not the chemicals, the anime.
The
manga.
Yeah, the manga anime. Yeah, not the chemical. 10 things you can do with bleach. No.
You can melt a body.
But before we do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You can also find us on Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and more.
Everywhere.
Basically.
You can find us on the moon.
Probably. But, all right. We have two sets here. We have the top 10 worst Bankai in Bleach, and we have the top 10 overall Zanpakuto of Bleach. We'll start with the worst, and
I'll pretend I know exactly what's going on. I'm good at that.
Sure. Well, by the abilities, you might be able to at least tell. You may not know the characters, but you can at least tell by the abilities. So, number 10 on the worst, we have Kensai Mugarama.
That's the little kid one with the white hair.
He does have white hair, but which
I have no idea what's happening.
That's the name of the Zanpakuto, or sorry, the name of the person. The Bankai is called Tekken Takekazi. So he has...
It rolls off the tongue so well.
It does. He has one of the most uninspired Bankai of all the characters in the beloved fantasy anime. Whereas the most powerful Bankais can bend time, space, freeze matter, or control everything around them, Kensai's rudimentary upgrade involves nothing more than a military knife turning into a pair of knuckle blades. That's all he gets. I just heard like he
gets some hands. I don't understand what the problem is. He gets some hands. That's all he needs. I don't understand how it's not number one.
With a metal coat that covers his arms.
Oh, so he gets some real hands.
Kensai is left to defend himself with a surprisingly underwhelming and unremarkable Bankai, akin to getting basically brass knuckles.
I'm real confused as to why this is not number one. You're telling so he gets enhanced hands, and somehow that's bad.
Worse yet, the full power of the Bankai can only be used with sustained contact with the enemy, making it unwieldy even at the best of times.
So just keep giving him hands. I don't understand the problem here. Just keep giving him hands.
Number 9, we have Ikaku Madarame, and we have Ryu Hozukimaru.
Damn, these names are...
Yeah, they're throwing you way the fuck off. Ikaku is a kind of like martial artist character.
Ikaku-man.
But basically, he's part of one of the squads that they have in...
Yeah, they have like 7 or 8 of them.
13.
100. But I haven't watched Bleach in so long.
He's part of the squad that doesn't have... Like, all of their Zanpakuto don't have, like, power. It's all, like, physical abilities. That was their whole thing for that specific squad. So often hailed as one of the most laughable due to its feckless nature, Ikaku's Bankai looks cooler and far more intimidating than it is. Despite the minuscule increase in power that it gives the character, his Bankai have absolutely no special abilities to speak of. Rather, the Bankai consists of a dragon crest demon light that sits above him, which essentially functions as a standard Chinese monk's spade in a typical Guando. Moreover, the Bankai lacks defensive qualities and can be easily penetrated in battle, ensuring that Ikaku takes a hell of a lot of damage each time that he uses it. So
what's the point of it?
Exactly. Like that's why it falls on the list
weaker,
of the worst.
I guess. Wow, that's weird. That's like a handicap.
Yeah, because his original is...
He must be so fucking powerful. He needs a handicap.
Like he's a good fighter. Yes. But his Bankai sucks.
That's weird.
Next one we have Sajin Kamamaru.
It would be like if I ate a devil fruit, right?
Yeah.
And it just gave me uncontrollable explosive diarrhea for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, so I can't swim, and I also get diarrhea. So I didn't get shit. I mean, I got shit, but I didn't get anything good. Plus, I lost the ability to swim.
So, Komamura's Kokyo Tengenmyo, which
you gotta work on these names, my man. Like, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi Sensei, Guy, Luffy, Zoro. These names pop. These names, on the other hand, are like fucking mathematical equations that hurt my brain.
So, Komamura's Bankai essentially turns the character into a gigantic version of himself with black armored ropes. He's his normal person, but he creates a gigantic version kind of himself. That's like an old warrior.
Like
so
those-
everything that he does, it does.
Or like a stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Kind of, yeah. Accentuated his inherent supernatural abilities, clunky, cumbersome, slow, and susceptible to being hit in the same spot multiple times, despite being protected. Sajin's Bankai lacks the awesome superpowered diversity of many others. While his Bankai has an intimidating stature and the ability to inflict a good amount of damage, it is not very effective in a wide area of battle, essentially against the likes of more versatile Toshiro or Yamamoto, which are characters that have extremely strong Zanpakutos. Number 7, we have Ichigo.
Damn, this is bad, huh?
Tensei Zangetsu. Despite being Bleach's lead Soul Reaper, Ichigo Kurosaki's Bankai has some awesome powers usurped when Yawak, which is the main villain in the Thousand Year Blood War, reversed the upgrade with his ability, the Almighty, which because he's like a god at that point. So the shocking plot twist left fans reeling when Ichigo was left with a feudal Tensei Zangetsu sword. No powers with it, though. Moreover, the true powers of the Tensei Zangetsu are unknown, leaving fans wildly underwhelmed with the fate of the Bankai after Yawak basically removed all of its abilities. So he is left with basically just a sword at that point. Of course, overcoming the setback is what makes the protagonist so heroic, so stripping Ichigo of his Bankai powers just so he can find a redemption arc later on is what's going to happen regardless.
Okay.
So he
Gets even more powerful technique, I guess.
yeah, well, it turns out that Ichigo has blood of all the styles of characters. So
What is this, All Might and one for
Kinda.
all?
yeah,
That's
kind of,
weird.
kind of. So like he's got Soul Ripper blood, he's got Quincy blood, he's got Fullbringer blood.
A little bit of Mexican in there too, huh?
Yeah, probably. It wouldn't be surprising. Number 6, we have Rose with his Bankai Kinshara Botodan. Despite being the current captain of the 3rd Division, Rose's Bankai powers leaves a lot to be desired. Essentially using music to manipulate the hearts and minds of his foes, the Bankai consists of a pair of large floating hands, one in which waves a baton and orchestrates a musical instrument. Rose conjures music to create physical illusions around his enemies, often dancing around to cause confusion and inflict modicum amounts of damage. Compared to the other more powerful captains, Rose's Bankai is ill-equipped to take out top challengers, essentially given its lack of defensive abilities within its own Bankai.
So let me get this straight. He gets multiple hands. And instead of putting those instruments down and just giving hands out left and right,
Yes.
he plays instruments with them.
Yes.
So you're telling me he's got more hands than the first guy with the brass knuckle hands, and he's not using them appropriately?
Yes.
He should be dishing hands out left and right like he's Mike Tyson.
Next one we have number 5. He's the blind swordsman, Kaname Tozen. Kaname's Bankai consists of a typical Bleach Katana Zanpakuto and a secondary weapon that transforms into a large black dome that can absorb energy. While it may look like it's ominous and imposing, it is highly vulnerable to touch, meaning anyone who physically contacts
Still
the
on my penis.
Is it black?
It's darker than it should be. Like, I'm light skinned, but it's real dark. If you had to pick it out of a lineup, you'd be like, that's not his dick. Then he's like, that's his dick. They come in all shapes and sizes and colors.
Basically, it means that anyone who physically contacts the object's hilt will be immune to the Bankai's powers. So basically, it creates this gigantic area of effect, basically, where you have no senses. You can't hear, you can't smell, you can't touch, you can't see, nothing.
Damn, I wonder what that would feel like. Man, that would be disorienting.
Like pure deprivation of all your senses.
Probably lose my mind. I'd probably just pass out.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like being asleep.
But in your dreams, you still feel stuff.
I don't feel anything. You might want to get that checked out.
That sounds like a you problem.
I think your sensor receptors need to be shut off. That's kind of dangerous, actually.
Well, there's what do you call it? Sleep paralysis.
No,
There's that.
I've only had that once. And you know what I did? I was like, I fucking fought out of it. It's so hard.
It took a lot of effort, though, didn't it?
Hey, man, ain't nothing getting on me. I was like,
So if Tosin sustains a bad injury or simply leaves the dome behind, it will inevitably disintegrate and become ineffective. Also, for reasons never explained in the series, Tosin's Bankai neuro shutdown will not work on the deaf. So nobody's explained that in the entire series yet.
Well, I'm sure he will eventually.
Well, he's dead, so.
Well, never mind.
Number 4, we have Soi Feng. Sometimes referred to as Soi Fan. Soi Feng has an infamously weak Bankai compared to the other Bleach captains and commanders-in-chief. Essentially functioning as a missile, Soi Fan Bankai morphs her right arm into a golden rocket launcher so huge and unwieldy that she prefers not to use it and hardly ever does. While the Bankai deals decent damage, its recoil is so brutal that it is extremely difficult... God, if I could even fucking talk... It is extremely difficult to control and fire accurately. Moreover, the kickback can kill her, making the weapon quite counterproductive.
That one is real useless.
Yeah. Heavy, hard to move, and easy to spot from a mile away because it's a gigantic missile that forms. The Bankai does far more harm than good for its owner.
Sounds like Mike. They're just a burden.
Yeah, it's just a burden. Number 3, we have Renji Abarai. Hihio Zabimaru. His Bankai was extremely useless when he first obtained it. Essentially a blade extruding from the mouth of a snake formed on his wrist. The weapon has very few special powers to speak of. It can crush its opponents and slash them to death, but beyond that, the Bankai appears far more menacing than it is. As such, Renji is often defeated at close range and is out-muscled in long-range melees. Many other Bankais, like Senbon Sakura, Kageyoshi, and Hyorinmaru, have much more greater area of effect skills, making it difficult for Renji to defeat anyone of note other than a couple of low-ranking people. With his incomplete Bankai, which he eventually does complete it during the 1,000-Year Blood War, if I remember right. Number 2, we have Byakuya Kuchiki. Senbon Sakura Kageyoshi.
Kuchi?
Kuchiki.
Oh, Kuchi.
Not Kuchi.
I mean...
Although it boasts a superior area of effect, Byakuya's Bankai is essentially the same as the Shikai, which is the first release, like where it doesn't look like a normal sword anymore, but the first time that it takes on a different appearance.
That what effect it has?
Yeah. So it's basically the same thing, just stronger in its Bankai form.
I like that.
But it doesn't look any different. It looks basically the same.
Super Saiyan 1 and 2.
Basically renders it almost entirely superfluous. Upon dropping his sword, the Bankai produces 2,000 tiny blades that rise from the ground and fly at enemies. Aside from repeating the skill set of a Shikai, the Bankai is vulnerable to a hurtless area where enemies can exploit a hole in the weapon's range of attack. Basically, when he uses his Bankai, it forms this area of effect just slightly around him, where the blades will never come closer than that because it can't hurt its owner. Mm-hmm. So if you can get within that little itty bitty range, you can fuck him up because the blades don't reach that close. So they'll fly everywhere around him, but that little pocket, and you can fuck him up after that. For such an intimidating and high-ranking 6th Division captain, viewers would be expecting a far stronger and more versatile Bankai.
Yeah, man, shove that shit down their throat. Like a billion blades.
Number 1 for the worst, we have Gin Ichimaru. With no real distinction from his Shikai, the same as Byakuya's, Gin's Bankai is a powerful spear or snipe that he uses to impale opponents to death. As basic as they come, it's more about how Gin wields the weapon than the weapon's inherent powers themselves. The giant spear-like weapon can extend up to 8 miles away, but Gin mainly uses it as a verbal threat rather than a practical instrument. Gin has even admitted to embellishing on the speed and force the spear possesses, meaning it may be even weaker than it appears. So he just lies, basically.
You can go 8 miles?
Yeah.
That's pretty threatening to me. If I'm fucking walking around, I get fucking cracked from 8 miles away. I don't know about you, but that shit would be fucking terrifying.
Just out of nowhere, it's like,
I just like see a shadow like from the sun, right?
Yeah.
And I look up and just a fucking spear slices me in half.
that would be bad. Now we move on to the better Zanpakutos. So this is Shikai or Bankai, but just overall the best that there are. Number 10, we have Sakanade from Shinji Harako. Sakanade's special ability, Inverted World, is one in Bleach's most disorienting powers. It inverts the perception of anyone who smells the mist released by the blade, reversing their sense of direction and making Shinji's attacks incredibly difficult to counter. The inversion is thorough, affecting all senses, and is so disorienting that even opponents who are aware of the power struggle to adapt to it. Despite its seeming lack of offensive abilities, Sakanade is incredibly potent in battle. By disorienting his enemies, Shinji can create opens to attacks that wouldn't be there otherwise, turning the tide in battle in his favor. Basically, it inverts all your senses. So up is down, left is right, front is back.
I played a game like that once. That shit was like, wow, fuck.
It just fucks you completely
Real
up.
counterintuitive.
Yeah. Basically, there's 2 weaknesses to this Shikai or Bankai, Zanpakuto in general. Rule 1, Hirako Shinji. He cannot activate his Bankai if he only faces one opponent. And 2, its indiscriminate effects. The effects of the Bankai affect everyone in his spirit force's radius. Range. Meaning that he can't use it whenever a comrade is nearby.
So he's got to fight alone and fight multiple people at the same time.
Yes.
It's a real handicap.
That's the weaknesses to this Zanpakuto. Number 9, we have Shinbone Sakura Kageyoshi. The same one that was on the weakest. It's technically on the strongest, though, too. So, the captivatingly strong Shinbone Sakura is wielded by Byakuya Kuchiki. Shinbone Sakura, meaning 1,000 cherry blossoms, mirrors its wielder's elegance and deadly precision. When released, the blade separates into 1,000 tiny, slender fragments, swirling and dancing around the enemy in an ethereal storm of pink and silver, giving the illusion of a cherry blossom blizzard. But don't be fooled by the display's poetic beauty and a death sentence for anyone caught in that swirl.
What are they? Just little blades?
Yeah.
Just go up their ass and out their mouth.
Despite not being the most destructive in terms of raw power,
I realize that I would be a war criminal in a lot of anime.
Yes, you would.
Hey man, I get the job done.
Despite being not the most destructive in terms of raw power, the versatility, precision, and wide area of effect conferred by Shinbone Sakura earn it basically this spot at number 9. The weaknesses, the safety zone that I talked about previously, where there's that little area of effect around him where they don't come closer. So if you can exploit that, he's fucked. But other than that, it's basically just a wall of fucking spinning blades.
Yeah.
Where they're itty bitty little shards that.
It's not something I would want to just walk in on.
Hell no. It's like, well, yeah, no. Although one of the better scenes or whatever is whenever Ichigo first gets his Bankai in the series, he counters every one of those blades all at once from Byakuya. Because he just like forces them all towards him. He just blocks every one of them.
It's a lot. That's a lot of blades.
That's a fuck ton of blades.
Yeah.
Number 8, we have Hyorin Maru, Toshiro Hitsugaya. Basically, Hyorin Maru is wielded by Toshiro Hitsugaya, the young genius and the captain of the 10th Division.
So the one with the white hair?
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah. So everybody knows him, though. He's one of the cooler characters.
He was my crush. My completely heterosexual crush.
It's like you want to be him.
I want to be in him. No. I just found him cool when I was younger.
Yeah.
When did this come out? I think I was a kid when this came out.
Yeah, it came out in 2000. Yeah.
Oh, shit. That was 23 years ago.
Yeah.
I was a child.
Yeah. Hyorin-Maru, translating to Ice Ring, is the most powerful ice element Zanpakuto in the Bleach universe, completely. Even though it's wielded by a little kid.
Let me rephrase my statement. I do not want to be in him because I don't want to go to jail.
Well, I think he's much older than that, but he looks like a kid still.
Ugh.
Yeah, because remember the time moves differently in the Soul
It's
Society.
funny how like he was just so cool, but he's just so quiet and serious.
Yeah,
Because I guess I was an introvert.
Yeah.
So I just gravitated, but I never liked Sasuke.
I fucking hated Sasuke.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I liked him. I liked Vegeta.
Well, here's the difference. Hitsugaya is stoic. Sasuke broods.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I like stoicism.
Stoicism is
I
much
like
better.
Vegeta too.
Yeah, stoic, but they don't brood like just crying all the fucking time.
kill man. What the fuck?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna kill them all. He's like want to be goth, but he wasn't pure goth.
He tried.
Hitsugaya is the opposite because he's got that lieutenant with the big boobs.
It's funny because you got Sasuke, right? And he's like super brooding, and you got believe it. Quite the counter.
The exact opposite.
Believe it. The fucking loud mouth.
Well, pretty much the loud kid that won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yep. In the Shikai state, Hyorin-Maru allows Hitsugaya to manipulate water and ice, crafting it into devastating attacks or solid defenses. This includes creating massive ice dragons for attack, ice shields for defense, and even flying by formed wings on his back of ice.
It'd be funny if you hated the cold. I fucking hate the cold.
No, no.
It's fucking bullshit.
It's Bankai, Daiguren Hyorin-Maru, takes these powers to the next level. However, the true potential of Hyorin-Maru is revealed as Hitsugaya achieves a mature form in his Bankai after training, enhancing his abilities, and offering him almost godlike control over ice and snow.
Damn.
Weaknesses to it, though. Time limit. Being unable to sustain the power of his Bankai, Hitsugaya can only use it partially for a certain amount of time. If he goes beyond his limits, Hitsugaya receives great damage from it. Extreme heat, also. Even if in general, Hitsugaya's Bankai can resist flames, when presented with the level of heat generated by Yamamoto's Bankai, the former begins to melt and is rendered useless. So if it's like an overwhelmingly amount of heat, you can't stand up to it.
Still a lot of water though.
Yeah.
They just throw that shit down his mouth till he drowns.
Number 7, we have Zangetsu, Ichigo. Zangetsu is the iconic Zanpakuto wielded by the protagonist Ichigo Kurosaki. Its primary power lies in the ability to focus Ichigo's spiritual energy into waves of force known as Getsuga Tensho, which he can fire from the blade. Its true power, however, comes to the fore when Ichigo masters his Bankai, Tensa Zangetsu. Zangetsu looks more elegant in this form with a sleek black katana. It drastically boosts Ichigo's speed and reflexes while retaining his Getsuga Tensho's destructive force. It basically, instead of being a big unwieldy blade, it becomes a normal size katana.
Oh.
It basically concentrates all of its power into a normal size katana. Next up we have I'm gonna fuck this name up. Nozarashi by Kenpachi Zaraki, the crazy one that Ichigo fights, where he just loves to fight people with that patch on his eye.
So with the red hair
No,
that makes those whips,
no.
those metal sword whips. Is that the first one he fought? The first,
Renji.
yeah, like his Vegeta, his rival.
Yeah, that was Renji. Yeah,
He made that like long whip blade.
yeah, where it extends out.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was on the weakest.
he is.
That was one of the weakest. Yeah,
Did he the one to get the hands?
yeah.
There you go.
He gets fucked up.
I don't hear anything weakness about hands.
Kenpachi Zaraki is the one that fights like constantly. His blade's all fucked up in the beginning because he can't release any kind of shikai or any form. He just fights with the fucking sword the way it is.
I mean, it's a sword.
Pretty much, yeah.
Still
it's all
cut
eaten
people
away
up.
and shit. Yeah, pretty much. So when he does eventually get Bankai, Nozarashi is a brute force Zanpakuto that perfectly embodies Kenpachi's bloodthirsty and straightforward approach to combat. This powerful blade takes the form of a massive axe-like weapon, befitting Kenpachi's overwhelming strength and battle style. The primary ability of Nozarashi lies in its astonishing power to cut through anything. This is not a Zanpakuto with nuanced abilities or intricate powers. It's all about raw, unbridled strength.
Lightsaber. Just cut through everything.
Kenpachi's Bankai further amplifies his already staggering strength and ferocity. It forms Kenpachi into a monstrous figure, increasing his physical power to such an extent that he can bring down even the most formidable foes with a single swipe of his new Bankai. Weaknesses. Power overload. By releasing more power than his body can handle, Zaraki's body will start breaking down under the pressure of it. And Berserker state. While Zaraki uses his Bankai, he becomes a mindless berserker that is unable to differentiate between friend and foe and fights with no regards for his own well-being.
Just throw him at some enemies.
Yeah,
Leave.
that's basically what they did. That's what they did.
Like, get out there and kill somebody.
Next one we have number 5, Benihime. This is Kisuke Urahara's. The guy that wears the hat in the anime with the green and the white stripes. Yeah, if you see it, you know who I'm talking about.
I remember like 3 people. I remember 4 people. I remember 5 people. I remember 6 people.
You just keep going
Like, yeah, I just realized the dad, the girl that Ichigo first meets,
Orihime,
Ichigo, the big titty chick, his rival, the stoic kid. That's it.
If I showed you a picture,
Oh, that guy with the hair, the glasses, the Quincy.
Oh, yeah.
7.
Uryu. Yeah.
The cat lady that Ichigo tries to fuck.
Yaroichi.
8.
So you keep going. You start remembering more and more and more. Benihime. As the former captain of the 12th Division and the founder of the Shinigami Research Institute, Urahara's wit and versatility find their perfect mirror in the abilities of Benihime. Benihime can produce and manipulate crimson energy to create defensive shields, fire destructive energy blast, and even set energy nets, each corresponding to a unique verbal command. The Bankai represents a significant upgrade in power and versatility. It manifests as a giant female entity that can dissect and restructure anything it cuts. This includes not only attack and defense capabilities, but also healing and enhancement abilities, which Urahara uses in the Thousand Year Blood War. Because he gets fucked up, like his eye gets messed up or something like that. Mm-hmm. So he releases his Bankai and it like stitches up his eye completely.
Damn, an on-field medic, huh?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Weaknesses, though. Limited range. So, Benihime only has a limited range in which it can use its powers. If anyone were to move outside of this radius, any changes made to their body will revert back to normal.
Oh, so it's not permanent when she heals you?
No, temporary effects is also a weakness.
Well, what the fuck, Dad? What's the point?
The changes made by Benihime only seem to last as long as the Bankai remains active. If the Bankai is deactivated by any means, all the changes it has made will revert. So his eye got fucked up again.
Useless, yeah.
But I guess if you're in battle.
I guess, but I mean, like, I want to be healed the whole time.
Yeah. Not completely, no.
This fucking sucks. So then he can't fight all out, like get his arm chopped off, and then like I'll just have it healed later.
Like if he knows that once he releases the Bankai, and there's a medic that can come and help him once it's like over, he'll be okay. But in battle, if he gets something chopped off, he can get it restitched, and then he fights again.
I knew why. That's why he nerfed it for sure.
Yeah,
they're gonna make the guy unbeatable.
Pretty much, yeah. So they had to kind of have a weakness for it. Next one we have is Katen Kyokotsu, Shunsui Kiraku. It's a long name, I know. This is a guy that is in the anime, but he wears the pink like overcoat. Basically, his Bankai takes on the form of 2 large, curved Chinese-style swords, and their true strength lies in its unique power to turn children's games into reality, altering the very rules of battle itself. Each game has its own set of rules and effects, and Shunsui can choose the game that best suits his tactical needs in any situation. The Bankai takes this unpredictable combat style to a whole new level. It creates a theater-like atmosphere and enacts a 4-part act play of tragedy and despair. Each act imposes a different condition that amplifies his opponent's damage, accumulating in a final devastating blow that can take down even the most formidable foes.
A play?
Yeah. It turns the entire battle into like a 4-act play.
Jesus. Gotta watch this whole thing, huh?
And at the end you die. Weaknesses. Indiscriminate effects. The effects of his Bankai affects everyone in his spiritual pressure's radius. Even himself. That is why, in general, he can't use it when there are comrades within his area, basically. Next one we have one of the greatest villains of all time in anime, Sosuke Aizen, with his Zanpakuto Kyoka Suigetsu. Aizen, the former captain of the 5th Division of the Gotai 13, and later the primary antagonist of Bleach, is much a master of manipulation as a warrior.
Fucking traitor.
A trait that reflects in his Zanpakuto. Aizen can activate its Shikai, which has one of the most potent abilities in the Bleach universe, complete hypnosis. The ability is so thorough that the target remains under Aizen's control even after becoming aware of the hypnosis itself. The illusions created by Suigetsu are extremely detailed and indistinguishable from the real thing, making it an incredibly versatile and deadly weapon in Aizen's hand. The only known way to avoid the effects of complete hypnosis is by touching Kyoka Suigetsu's blade before the hypnosis is activated.
I touch his sword?
Yeah.
It just cut me up at that point.
Before he activates the hypnosis.
It's still a sword, though.
Yeah.
Just fucking stab me with it.
Yeah.
That's pointless.
And he knows every Hado and Kido that there is within that realm.
Damn.
That's why he's like an ultimate villain, basically. Even during the 1,000-Year Blood War, going back, before the 1,000-Year Blood War, Sosuke Aizen was sealed, basically. Mm-hmm. That's how Ichigo lost his abilities and everything whenever the first series ended. Because he beat Sosuke Aizen. He had to like use all of his abilities to finally beat him. They sealed him. They couldn't even kill him. All they could do is seal the motherfucker. He was so strong that even during the 1,000-Year Blood War, they released only, I think, 2 or 3 seals. So that way he could fight this god-looking dude later on. They didn't want to release him completely. He was still strapped to a fucking chair. And still fought. Like, you can't get much better than that. Number 2, we have Ryujin Jaka by Yamamoto. Securing the runner-up spot on the list, we have arguably the most powerful Zanpakuto, Ryujin Jaka, owned by the formidable Captain Commander, the bald old man, in Bleach, Yamamoto. Ryujin Jaka is essentially the embodiment of heat and fire. The release of its Shikai alone can change the Soul Society's entire climate. Its Bankai is a deadly power-up that concentrates the intense flames of Ryujin Jaka into the blade's edge, increasing its cutting power to the extent that anything it slashes is eradicated from existence. Not just burned, eradicated. Moreover, it has additional devastating abilities like raising the dead to fight for Yamamoto and emitting extreme heat that can incinerate things without flames.
That's the randomest. It's like I can activate volcanoes. I can cause fire meteorites to hit the ground. I can raise the undead. I can make lava rain down from the sky. It's the randomest shit.
The reason being that it does that, it brings back their souls from hell.
Oh, well, there you go.
And it's anybody that he's killed, he can bring back. The weakness, limit in time. By his own statement, Yamamoto acknowledged that he can only use his Bankai for a short moment, and prolonged use of it will eventually destroy his opponent, Soul Society, and even himself. So he can't use it for very long.
This creator just made the randomest limitations.
Yeah.
It's just too powerful. I can't use it forever. Guess what? It's just too powerful. I can't use that either.
Number 1, Ichimonji and his owner, Ichibei Shiosube. Taking the crown as the strongest Zanpakuto in Bleach, we're presented with Ichimonji, the extraordinary Zanpakuto of Ichibei, the head of the royal guard. Ichimonji's power is as unique as it is formidable. With each swing, it releases ink that covers everything it touches. This black ink is not only ordinary, but carries out the essence of Ichimonji's power, the ability to control names. When something or someone is covered in the ink, they are stripped of their name and, with it, the power associated with that name. The Bankai of Ichimonji elevates this power to another level. Not only can it strip the names and powers away, but it can also allow Ichibei to give new names and associated powers to the ink-covered objects. Basically, he's the one that named everything in the universe.
What is he?
Soul Reaper.
But how?
He's been alive for 1,000,000 years.
So he's basically the guy.
There's one person above him named the Soul King.
That's weird.
And has more powers than him, but they sealed that Soul King away.
What'd he do?
He didn't do anything. They sealed him away to create the universe and split it into the Soul Society, the Earth, and Hell. And then Hueco Mundo.
What had to seal him for?
Because apparently at the beginning of creation, when the Soul King was around, everything was one. Then you had Hollows, which are the main, the villains that they fight in the first part of the series.
That's all I remember is the Hollows.
Yeah. Basically, they were eating souls and completely removing them from reality every single time.
From the cycle.
Yes. Basically, yes. Because there was no cycle at the time. It was all one world. So they sealed away the Soul King and used his powers to split up that one world into 4. So you have the Soul Society where all the Soul Reapers are. You have Hueco Mundo where all the Hollows are. Then you have Earth, and then you have Hell. And then Soul Society and Earth, constantly, it's a cycle.
But why did he do something that would make him not want to split up the world, or he was just he was the whole world together?
Basically, he controls all those kind of abilities, like of creation and destruction. So since he was God, basically.
I don't know. The whole sealing away makes no sense unless he was opposed to the separation of the realms.
Well, apparently he didn't fight back, but I don't necessarily know that he wanted to be sealed. So
I'm real confused as to the reason. Well, whatever. I guess I have to watch it. But if he didn't care if they split the universe up, why did they have to put him in prison?
I think it was to steal his abilities to do it. I don't know if he knew how to, but he had the power to.
Weird.
It's been a while since I've actually looked into the main.
It's like, oh, you gonna throw me in jail, huh? For what?
Well, they sealed him completely. They cut off his 2 arms, his legs.
Seal me in jail for what? That's what I don't understand. For what? Fucking split up the whole universe. I don't give a fuck.
Ichibei is also the evil one that wanted to turn Ichigo into the new Soul King and seal him the same way.
It's so weird.
Yeah. But those are the weakest and the strongest. The weakest Bankai, the strongest Zanpakuto.
Cool.
Names that Noe is never going to remember.
But sure won't try either.
But anything else to say before we head out?
Make sure you use user-friendly character names. That way they can blend very well into various different cultures.
To be fair, Ichigo is normal.
That's as far as it goes, it seems like.
Orihime.
Ichigo.
Uryu.
They're getting harder the more you say them.
Rukia.
I mean, look at Romance of the Three Kingdoms. You had Guan Yu, Liu Bei, Xuan Si. And those I know because they flowed. But these names are rough.
What about Chad?
There you go. See, there you go, Chad.
He's in the.
There you go. You get one guy.
He's a big motherfucker.
The dad or the other guy?
The friend.
Oh, okay.
Where he's Latino.
What was the big titty name woman? What was her name?
Orihime.
Orihime.
The one that he eventually has a kid with.
Oh, so he did hook up with her.
Yeah.
That motherfucker.
Not Rukia.
I didn't think they would ever get together, honestly.
No, I think it was Rukia and Renji. The guy with the snake.
Oh. Whatever to the Quincy's. What the?
Uryu.
Oh, that's who he is?
Yeah, he's a Quincy.
See, I got this. I can shoot a fucking bow and arrow out of my hand.
But after the 1,000-year blood war, I don't think there are any Quincy's left.
Well, that sucks. Like he hyped up the Quincy's so much that they were a secret race.
They were.
And then he just whatever.
No, at the very end, that's what where that character Yahweh comes from.
He's a Quincy?
Yeah, he was the first Quincy.
Probably mad as hell.
And also the son of the Soul King.
Look what you did to my daddy.
And that's why his ability was called the Almighty. Because he could create reality things. But other than that, I guess we'll head out.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys later.